Hey guys, my name is Janine here with, as the title implies, I'm going to be playing some Zombies Chronicles. Specifically, I'm going to be doing some weapon level and camo grinding because I want to get all that maxed out. There's probably, I'm not going to remember now because I'm playing Noct. And some storyline, I want to say discussion, but that would imply that there's going to be anybody else watching the stream live who is willing to discuss the storyline, which is unlikely. So it's mainly just going to be me bringing up random miscellaneous thoughts I've had recently about the storyline, so I kind of titled it /ranting. Seems appropriate. You know? What in the world are you seeking treeing about, Avian? Okay. Anyways, I decided to stream because I want to say like a week ago. I was walking home, and I was walking home from the mall nearby. Not that I went to the mall, but you know, my parents were doing a whole bunch of. Well, my mom was driving a whole bunch of places, doing who knows what, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go home and play some zombies. So I had a 30-minute walk back. I had my phone, so I popped on some zombies music because I was low battery, I couldn't really do anything else. And I got to thinking, okay, I kind of need 100 points considering I'm at the streamer to try to level up that weapon. But I got to thinking about, well, specifically that I don't think we know who controls the zombies in most, if not all, of Black Ops 3. That was my initial little thought. Let's see. There we go. Oh, no, from this spot again. For a second, I was like, what was that dying sound? But that's kind of what sparked most of my, thoughts. I was like, okay, so I'm trying to go through my thought process, but it was like a while ago. I really should have at least written down my thought process. But basically, I was just thinking, like, we don't really know who controls zombies in, once again, most, if not all, of Black Ops 3. And it's kind of, I found it kind of odd, because if you think about it, the first two Black Ops games, not counting World War because the story was still kind of, like, finding its bearings, but the first two games were basically all, I just stole my own kill. So basically all about who was controlling the zombies. In Black Ops 1, like, the end goal is getting to Moon and helping Richtofen take control of the zombies by swapping Marge with Samantha. In Black Ops 2, because I think I said Black Ops 1 the first time, I hope so. In Black Ops 2, the end goal, like, you either side with Richtofen, which mends the rift that gives him complete control over the zombies. Like, it kind of, well, yeah, solidifies his control, or, I missed that one. I think I got it. Or you help Maxis, which gives him control over the ether, which by proxy gives him control of the zombies, as you can see by the eye color changing. While the zombies directly may not be his, like, goal, it still does do that. Which is kind of why I'm nipping it together like that. But that was like a main focal point of those first two games. And then, at the very least, as of Origins, I don't think we know who's in control. And, well, I've heard some people say, and, like, it would make some sense that it's nobody's in control. You know, they're just doing whatever. You know, okay, but, like, I feel like with such a heavy emphasis on who is in control, that seems like a bit lame of an answer. Now, to be fair, it's a completely viable answer, especially considering that Ops 1 and 2 was, like, Zelensky's story, and then we swapped into Brundle's story with Origins, and I guess technically Mom too, but still. I need a second, I need some water. That's bad. I don't know why my throat's very dry right now. But, like, so yeah, well, that argument can definitely be made. Can we come up over there? I don't think we do. I don't know, it just feels like there's something, like, I feel like there's still gotta be some form of significance to who's in control. It just seems like a bit, like, with such a large emphasis on 2 games, to just kind of drop it seems odd to me. And Origins, I was like, okay, that's a completely different beast. That's still Black Ops 2 game, and now I want to focus on Black Ops 3. This was my thought process for walking. And I was thinking, okay, Black Ops 3. Like, let's start with. I was like, okay, let's start with Shadows, because that makes the most sense. Considering, if we assume well, I'm pretty sure Giant and Horizon are in the same universe. If we assume Zetsubo to also be in it, well, actually, Horizon's probably gonna have to cover some stuff. But if we assume that Giant and Horizon to be in the same universe, then technically speaking, we can assume. I was about to say, I went through the card that one time. We can assume that these zombies are controlled by Samantha because. No, he didn't go through the tree this time. When did I move through the tree earlier? I want to see if I can catch it again. Because in the Giant, we do have Rick Toppin sending Samantha and Maxis through the teleporter. I was going to say to the moon, but then I was like, wait, no, Maxis doesn't go to the moon. But yeah, we do have that happening. So, like, technically speaking... Oops. Wasn't watching my thing. You know, so what am I saying? Oh yeah, so we do have that happening, because technically Samantha was taking control of zombies, so as being in the same universe, she's still in control. Now, at that same time though, there is, the reason I kind of backtracked out of Zetsubo was because we do blow up the moon and Horizon, and who knows, damn if he could survive that, we don't really know, but like, that's the only thing that made me kind of backtrack from that statement for a bit. I'll touch back on that later. But, so I decided, okay, well, let's just start with Shadows. No, it was the Black Ops 3 on this map, no the Giant, considering I only had to be downloaded, I'm pretty sure. But it was the Black Ops 3 on this map, and, you know, we don't know who's in control of the zombies. You know, I got thinking, okay, first assumption would probably be the Shadow Man. You know? Because, like, well, he's the Shadow Man. Of course he's like the villain, of course he would be in control of zombies. However, that got me thinking, well, the first half of the Easter egg is you... No, not in the wall. Is you helping out the Shadow Man, basically, to, you know, do the rituals, get the gate worms, and I think it's been a while since I've really played or heard of Shadows' story. There we go, get that aim bit. And I'm pretty sure the goal is to, I think it's just to free the Pathicons or awaken them. Oh, once again, it's been a long time since I never really completed the Shadows Easter egg myself, because finding a good foreman is very difficult when you're like an introvert and socially anxious. You know, ow, my voice. But you know, so like the first half is basically helping the Shadow Man, so I don't see why he would be working against you. It doesn't make much sense. And then the second half of the Easter egg, so that got my mind thinking, okay, well, who would want to directly help the Shadow Man? The Apothicons, right? However, the second half of the Easter egg is helping the Apothicons. So that just kind of seems... Did I get this? Yeah, I got this one. I didn't do the one downstairs. So that kind of got me thinking, like, well... Wait, what did I say? I think I said that wrong. I think I said the Apothicons were trying to stop the Shadow Man. I think that's what I said. Anyways, what I meant to say is the one trying, you know, who's going directly against Shadow Man? The Keepers. So my next logical assumption, the Keepers are controlling the zombies. And if I can kill these zombies, okay. So that was my next assumption. However, oh, so I have the MX Grand locked up. MR6 did a lot quicker during swap time. That kind of caught me off guard a bit. Okay, I don't see anything in front. It's getting you back. die, please. Anyway, so like, so my next assumption would be the keepers on patrol, but in the second half of the Easter egg, you know, you're trying to help out the keepers in stopping, or like, I guess reverting the axis, but basically stopping the Shadow Man. So that didn't make much sense to me either. Maybe I think it's here. It's not, is it actually on? Is. Oh yeah, so that kind of makes me think, well, so the keepers wouldn't be controlling them in that second part of the Easter egg, and that the argument can be made that control swaps, but I personally I don't like the idea, you know? I don't like the idea of like, oh yeah, well, midway through the Easter egg control swaps. It does make some sense, but I'm trying to like avoid using that. Okay, lag spike. That's like train of thought, I guess you could say. But, you know, so it got me thinking, well, in that case, who is controlling the zombies, you know? And simply because we all know of that many other, like, extremely powerful beings, my next thoughts naturally went to Monty. And, you know, there's not really much reason for him to be controlling the zombies. If anything, he shouldn't really know anything that is going on in Shadows of Evil, so he shouldn't even be able to control the zombies. You know, that was my thought process. So, but then again, there are a lot of theories. The whole thing being that the Shadow Man, or not the Shadow Man, that Monty's evil. So I guess technically it could tie into that. And my mind started thinking about that, and I don't really know what I think about. I hear the zombies coming. I don't see them, and I have a Shiva. You know, I don't really know what I think about those theories. Like, there's arguments to be made. The Shadow or Monty. Oh my god, I'm gonna start getting confused. Monty definitely isn't as good as he's saying he is. You know, but I'm not sure if I would go out say he's evil, particularly. You know, I would say he's probably evil in relation to our character's goals, but I'm not sure in the grand scheme of things. However, the fact alone that he could be lying to our characters brings up a lot of interesting things. You know, like, I'm trying to figure out how to tie all my thoughts together, because, you know, when you think something, it makes so much more sense as thoughts than when you try to verbalize it. But pretty much, that got me thinking, okay, like, well, the Sad Man is evil, okay? He is definitely powerful enough to control zombies, I would think. And technically speaking, he is the only other person on the table, you know? Unless we assume some random person got stuck in the MP, in like Shadow's universe MPD, which is, I find extremely unlikely, especially considering I'm pretty sure Shadows take place in some form of like pocket dimension. But, you know, I got thinking, okay, so, let's say Monty is, wouldn't he, like, why would he be doing it? Like, besides the whole evil theory, isn't he working with the Keepers? So why would he want to be, so if it's not the Keepers, wouldn't that also make it not Monty? And then that got me thinking, how do we know that Monty is aligned with the Keepers? I don't know if this is just something that's gone misplaced and stuck in my head for some reason, but I'm pretty sure we've... Kill the stupid zombie. You have a single sniper, just basically quick scope and then you'll be fine. But I'm pretty sure we've been assuming that Monty is aligned with the Keepers. You know, he's working with them. However, in my opinion, that doesn't make much sense, because if you think about it, like, to my knowledge, Richtofen and Monty have been working with the same plan, you know? I'm pretty sure they've been aware of each other's existence, and they've been working for the same goals, you know? Summoning Key to get the children's souls, to, I guess secure their future, fix the Garter, whatever they're doing. You know, they're doing all that. They're working together. not kill you, please. Thank you. However, if you, so, okay, bleh. I'm trying to formulate my thoughts right now, sorry. I'm doing a very poor job. I really should have written down some notes beforehand or something. Just so fucking get. Who really cares? Ooh, double tap. I got lucky this time. Hopefully I get to juggle with those next. But you know, so like, Rick, so we assume Rick Crawford and Monty to be working with the same plan. Hence why Rick Crawford gets the summoning key, starts getting the swords, sends them to the house. It's Monty's plan. And he's, you know, working together with Monty. However, if you remember at the end of Shadows, Rick Crawford just kind of appears and steals the summoning key from the keeper currently standing there holding it, right? Okay, I have my veins moved up, dude. I'm trying to get to the box. Which struck me as, you know, thinking back on it, struck me kind of odd. I won't get an eye there. Because if... maybe I would want that shot. I got quick revive, so I should be fine. Because if Monty and Wickham were working together, so Wickham was basically grabbing the summoning key to help with Monty's plan, right? And he was also aligned with the keepers. Why didn't he just, you know, why didn't he just have the keepers give him the summoning key? Why did he need Rick Crawford to go in and take it? You know, that struck me as kind of odd. And that got me thinking maybe Monty isn't necessarily aligned with the keepers. You know? One thing, that's not to say he's evil, but bleh, my voice is going a bit weird right now. I don't know why. My throat's feeling weird, my voice is going weird. Anyways, that's not necessarily to say Monty's evil or anything, just that he might not be working with the keepers. You know? And that got me thinking, like, Monty hasn't necessarily been shown to be working with the keepers, you know? And like, there are a couple things I want to point on, but I kind of want to do a bit more research, so I'm actually about to pull out my phone. If I can spell here, sorry, oh my god, really phone? I have a very important text to send right now. Send. Okay. Oh, you kidding? In plain sight. Let's go. Okay, real quick. There we go. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, and I'll do some research and I'll bring it up after I've done a proper research. But just Monty hasn't necessarily been shown to be working with the keepers, you know. And I can't remember where these theories came from, or at least where the idea came from that he's working with the keepers. I'm assuming because we assume or because we know that, you know, the keepers and the Apologons are enemies, and we know Monty and the Shadow Man are enemies, and we know the Shadow Man and I was the Apologons, so, you know, by basic logic, like, okay, or like by basic logic, Apologons versus keepers, that would make Shadow Man versus Monty, and that would make Monty aligned with the keepers. That's like just basic logic right there. But what if he's not working with the keepers? Because once again, my main point here is the Shadows thing. If he was working with the keepers, why would he need Rick Crawford to steal the summoning key, you know? Give me a second. Sorry, school stuff going on right now. There you go. Sorry, it's the fucking diploma. It's a whole bunch of school-related stuff I have to deal with. I'm gonna take an empty here. But yeah, basically, it just seems kind of odd, you know? It's like, you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense at the point I'm trying to make. And like, yes, I get, as Monty basically said, all he does is, hey, when that happens, is like little nudges and whatnot. Surely he would be able to like ask the keepers, like, or basically tell the keepers like, hey, I need to borrow the summoning key, and just kind of take it from them directly instead of needing Rick to do it by proxy, you know? So it's just that is the first thing that kind of struck me as odd. You know, I got to thinking about that and I was like, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. And I know I thought about it before, and I'm pretty sure other people have too, because it doesn't seem like, you know, it seems like kind of an obvious observation, but it really got me thinking, like, is Monty aligned with the Keepers? Is he working with the Keepers? Because, remember, at that time, we didn't even know who Monty was, you know? The only thing we knew about Monty was the Dr. Monty's factory where you spin your Divinium for some gobblegums, you know? We didn't actually learn who Monty was, at least partially, until we got to, is this thing staying? Until we got to go out probing. That's when we started hearing the Monty voice lines. You know, so it's not like back when Shadows was in the fourth one, we could have been like, oh yeah, well, this doesn't make sense. Monty's not working with the people now. You know, we just kind of knew, okay, Richthofen took it. He has his own fan going on. We don't know where it is. We'll figure it out throughout the story, you know, and we kind of learn more about it as we went along. But in the end, it kind of seems like it's Monty's fan, not Richthofen, you know? At the time, we had, like, stuff addressed, and we thought, okay, Maximus, you know? Oh, hey, zombies coming from behind on me. Probably lost that window, too. And because, you know, once again, we didn't really know about Monty at that point. You know, he wasn't an introduced character yet. I'm just gonna throw all my grenades down here. You know, but he wasn't an introduced character, so we didn't really, we didn't associate that. And some people did, you know. Can this building? Dwarfins building, why are you telling me to this building? You know, like, some people were able to associate that, like, because some people kind of started questioning, well, who is this Monty and Dr. Monty's actor? And we kind of branched off there into trying to figure out more about him as a character. But the main point I'm trying to make is that at the time, we didn't quite know, you know, about Monty in any form of, like, in any significant way, you know? All we knew was his name was in Dr. Monty's factory, and he was probably some character who developed the goblin. Oh god, take your sting and perks. I said I'm bad, it's a goblin. That's a jug, you better take that. My turn. Warning, straight until I get it. There we go. Oh, okay, we got it too. Yeah, that works. Okay, so, you know, at the time, those connections couldn't have been made. You know, you couldn't necessarily, as I was saying, you couldn't necessarily associate, that Richthofen taking the summoning key didn't make sense, because he was working for Monty, and Monty's supposedly aligned with the Keepers. You couldn't put those pieces together. Can I kill this zombie real quick? Thank you. No? Okay. Let me go get that guy. You know, you couldn't really put those pieces together at the time. Oh, you kidding me? Oh, somebody already picked them up. You couldn't really put those pieces together at the time because we didn't know much about who Monty was. We didn't even know that much about the Keepers, you know? We were still learning about a whole bunch of the actual story. Woo! Let me watch my ammo count. You know, but the main point I'm trying to make is that those connections could be made at the time. So are you kidding me? So I don't really think, So I think that could be why a lot of people may not have, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think Monty's working with the Keepers. That's the point I've been trying to make for the past, like, 3-4 rounds. Simply because too many facts don't line up. You know? And that got me thinking maybe he could be in control of zombies. But then it got me thinking, well, according to the beginning of the Revelations cutscene, he didn't know the Shadow Man was in the summoning tree, so he could never be in control of the zombies, right? And then that got me thinking, what if he's lying? Because Monty's not really somebody that we can trust, you know? Like, he's not the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man we know we can't trust, but at the same time, Monty isn't necessarily trustworthy, you know? Like, I missed that one, didn't I? If I aim there. I missed that one too, really? That's totally close enough. Oh, it's rolling away, that's right. Oh, I still got it though. But Monty's definitely not somebody I feel we can trust. Like, if you think about it, well, he hasn't, as far as I'm aware, told any, like flat out lies. He hasn't necessarily, you know, he's not necessarily the best of people with the best of intentions, you know? Like, remember, in the end of the Revelation section, he was about wipe Earth from existence. And while that is situational, like, it's more situational evil than, you know, actual evil, because, are you kidding me? Technically speaking, in terms of the paradox, that was the best thing to do. You know, it kind of shows that distrust in us. And in the Goakovi, I missed. In the Goakovi, in Goakovi, I don't know why I was gonna say in the Goakovi Easter egg, but I just kind of mean in Goakovi in general, he is kind of pitting our characters against each other. He's not really, well, he's not somebody that we have to distrust, he's not somebody that we can trust. Can this thing play, please? You know? Double points! So, it's like, how do we know he wasn't lying about not knowing about the Shadowland? And there are a whole bunch of questions that far up. I'm going to try to take things one step at a time. And that got me thinking, and that got me thinking, well, yeah, he could have been lying, you know? That just question, like, why he would withhold that information then? You know, like, why wouldn't he, like, why would he act like he didn't know the Shadow Man was there? Why would he let the summoning key be brought to the house if he knew the Shadow Man was trapped inside, you know? And it got me thinking about a theory. God, I knew I had missed those shots. Yeah, I hit that one, but I don't think I killed him. That I heard a lot back in, I guess technically, I think it was after, I don't know if it was after or during Revelations. I heard this theory quite a bit, but basically it was that Monty's entire plan was basically to continue the cycle and maintain power. And you know, it doesn't make the most sense, but it, in a way, it kind of does, you know? And there are a lot of reasons that don't make too much sense. But it kind of fits with the reason he would be okay with the Shadow Man being brought to, where the house is, you know? To the house, because he wants the cycle to continue, and for the cycle to continue, Primus needs to beat the Shadow Man, beat the Apothicons, and then get sent back to the, Great War, I believe it's called, as they do at the end of the cutscene, you know, to resolve the paradox. And you know, that theory kind of makes a bit more sense as to why he would let the Shadow Man there. And that got me thinking then, and then recently I watched, well, basically, so that's for the most part where my thought process kind of stopped. I was like, okay, but I don't really have much more to go off. I did start thinking about some of the other maps and some of like the zombie control, and I tried to Google some things. It looks like nobody actually, at least I couldn't find online any information about whether or not or about who was controlling the zombies in Black Ops 3. Like in Revelations, I feel like it's definitely the Shadow Man and the Apocalypse. That's like very obvious to me. You know, considering in the map we're basically working 100% against them. I couldn't find any information on that. However, I did find on the Call of Duty wiki about enlisted. Okay. Can you not, please? Where'd you even come from? None of these windows are open. Are they not watching the sides? Okay, that was really bad on my part. Okay, is this gun doing rush or is my aim just being sucky? Okay, I'm never gonna have ammo on this gun because they keep pulling maxis. Really, zombie? I was boarding that window up. But my point is, on the Call of Duty wiki, enlisted on Monty's page, it lists that he's affiliated with the Keepers, which, because I was trying to look up, okay, has anybody else tried to see if he's working with the Keepers or not, like if he's not actually aligned with them, and I don't know if it's just my wording or what, but I couldn't really find any info. I didn't really do too much research on that specific one. I was more looking into who controls the zombies. You know, I looked up Shadow specifically, I looked up Origins, I looked up Black Ops 3 in general. I couldn't really find much info anywhere. You know, I did see some people say, okay, well maybe the Shadow Man's controlling them in shadows, and the reason he's like, you know, using them against the foreign shadows is to like make it seem like the people are trying to stop them, and that, in my opinion, just didn't seem to make much sense. You know, like yeah, it makes sense. In a okay. It kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's like you wouldn't really want to essentially kill the people who are doing all of your. My stream didn't stop, did it? It didn't. My little battery mirror / keyboard is plugged in. I think popped up on the top with a little beep noise that PlayStation does. If you know what I'm trying to talk about. So that kind of freaked me out. But the point is, you don't want, like, the people who are essentially that you've been saying up for all this time, because, like, via the timeline we learned the Shadow Man was working the entire time to kind of put the people in shadows where they are. These people who you've been kind of setting up all this time to kind of, you know, free the Apocalypse and help you out. It doesn't really seem like you really want to risk them dying, you know? And that is also an argument I saw going against the same theory I'm going against in the Reddit. You know, it's something I thought and something other people seem to have thought too, so I'm like, okay, yeah, exactly. You know? You wouldn't necessarily... Which was always one of my... Batman, I guess you have Widows, but still. Which was always one of my issues with, with Black Ops 2, which is the Rick Robin side of the Easter egg. It's like, well, Rick Robin can control the zombies. Ow. Well, Rick Robin can control the zombies. So why is he trying to get you guys killed if he's trying to help you guys out? You know, like if what you're doing is essentially helping him, why would he be trying to get you guys killed? And with the canonization, I believe is the correct word, of the of the master side of the those Easter eggs on like with the canonization of the master side being the official side that the Victor's crew took in those Black Ops 2 maps, I feel like, you know, it makes a bit more sense. Well, like, he was trying to stop them because they were helping out Maxis instead of him. You know? Are you kidding me? But it never made too much... It never made too much sense to me that, Rick Toppin would be, you know... Like, during that entire game, I was kind of thinking, well, which Coffee wants Victus to help him. I was thinking the word Victus, obviously, because you know, it's like a two. At that time, we didn't have the timeline. We didn't know they were called Victus. But the point is, for a good portion of that time, I was thinking, like, are you kidding me? I don't know. This is why I don't like the MS command. I was thinking, like, it's insta kill for Pete's sake. Snipe him. I was thinking, what was it? Yeah, but basically basically the entirety of Black Ops 2, I was like, yeah, that doesn't make too much sense that he would be trying to, or that he would be going against the people who are, like, kind of fulfilling his plan. Please tell me nobody actually, okay, I was about to say, I don't like when they buy that staircase. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's my daily challenge. Come on, that stuff's not even that bad. That stuff's pretty good. Oh, I have stock option on. This is going to be interesting. Windows is pretty helpful. But yeah, that was always something I had an issue with. It didn't make much sense in my opinion. It's like, these people are doing what you want, and why are you trying to kill them? To be fair, the Coffin is crazy anti-distic, so that can kind of explain it. But it just, it never, like, flowed well with me. It never fit well. Which is one of the reasons I'm kind of against, like, the Shadow Man was controlling the zombies in shadows. It's like, you know, it didn't flow well with me in Black Ops 2, ain't gonna flow well with me now. You know? Especially considering the Shadow Man doesn't really seem to be crazy. He seems to be, like, smart and methodical. You know? He seems to be a very smart, methodical, sophisticated person. You know? Evil, yes, but that doesn't detract from those from... That doesn't mean he can't be smart, methodical, and sophisticated. You know? So it just never fit well with me that, so it doesn't really fit well with me that he's controlling the zombies. And I feel like, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, I probably should have. One of the reasons I was thinking so much about who was controlling zombies is because I know I touched on it being significant in Black Ops 1 and 2. You know, the games are basically about control over the ether and by proxy the zombies. But I feel like that's something that was so significant for so long that it couldn't necessarily have been just thrown away, you know? It's not something that they would just stop focusing on, you know? Can you watch it back, please? I'm not able to put it right now. I guess not. Zombie, can you get out of my way, please? Oh, poop, I forgot I lost 50 lives. But yeah, you know, like, even in, who was this upload again? I think it was Valve 27. He uploaded a video, like, 5 months ago that I didn't watch all of it, but, like, I watched the first half of it recently. It was about a binder he sent to players, full of, like, ideas for what would be Black Ops 3 at the time. Can you get out of my way, please? Are you in front of me? Nope. You know, ideas for what would be Black Ops 3 at the time? Okay, now can I go grab the other guy? Because he's getting quite low, too. Oh my god, he has a ray gun. No wonder it's being so difficult for him. Okay, yeah, you get him. I got you covered. Now let's go grab the other guy. What was I saying? I'm not gonna get rid of this Instagram because I did when I have ammo on it, and that's my... No, I just wasted 2,500. But yeah, even in like the little version of the story he made and sent to Treyarch as an idea, it did pretty much focus on who was in control of zombies. The phone's not even that bad. You better take that. That was the baddest thing to say. VMP. I want guns I need camos for, so I already know I got the VM. At least I think I'm pretty sure I got the VMP on Red Dex. Are you kidding me? Let's drop off the VMP. Yeah, this guy managed to handle it by himself, okay. Anyways, yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like, even in his version of the story that he, like, his story idea / suggestion he sent to Treyarch, it focused on, like, kind of taking control away from Rick Crockett. Wait, it was Black Ops. Yeah. It focused on kind of like stopping zombies in general, but like a good portion of it focused on prevent or like undoing Rick Topin's grand scheme, getting him out of control of zombies, and it had a large focus on the control of the zombies, and you know, by proxy, who was controlling them, which shows that that's like a significant storyline in zombies. You know, fight over control of the zombies, who's in control of them has always had large implications, you know. And who's controlling them has been associated with control over the ether as a whole, you know. That's always been okay, zombies coming through the barriers. That's always how it's kind of been, you know. Control over the zombies is associated with control over the ether, which has been like the primary goal for basically everybody in zombies. To be fair, everybody's kind of overstatement, but mainly the stories the Black Ops 2 or the Black Ops and Black Ops 2 storylines have focused on control over the ether and zombies. You know, and just for future reference, I'm going to, considering they do go kind of hand in hand, I'm just going to associate control over the ether and control over the zombies both as control over the ether. Or control of the zombies. Basically, when I say one, I mean both. Is what I'm trying to say here. You know? Considering they, as I was saying, they do go hand in hand, you know? You control the zombies, you control the ether. You control the ether, you control the zombies. Because the zombies are kind of controlled by the ether. You know? So you control one, you control both. I would probably need another box making of that ammo. Thought. Shiva again, like I get I need to level it up. Still, not buying the sword. But yeah, you know, because that control has been such a... Ooh, okay, I did not want to reload there. But because that control has been, like, one reload, but like, I didn't expect zombie to be alive. But because that control has been such a large focal point, I have been talking I haven't even gotten to my main points because I'm just so distracted. You know? I'm also kind of tired, so that's making me a bit, less focused and there in general. And I think I'm still sitting there. But because that's been such a large focal point, it's like, that's been a very significant story point throughout the entirety of zombies, you know? Like, I might be misremembering here, but I'm pretty sure like the reason we even had Samantha in the first place was because people in World at War thought that they heard the zombies saying Sam. Okay, There we go. Thought they heard the zombies saying Sam in, like, the old World at War maps. Now, once again, I may be misremembering, but I could have sworn that... Zombies, give me a break here, please. I'm trying to discuss storylines at... Even if it's not really at that good of a level, because I'm out of it, it's at some level at least. So, like, give me a break for Pete's sake. I don't know why this game's so chaotic. Maybe because it got so many people down here. Normally we only have like 2 people down here. At most 3, with at least 1 person upstairs. You know? But the point I'm trying to make is that, well, wait, now I lost my, thinking train of thought, but I'm pretty sure I was still talking about it being a significant plot point, and King is insta-kill. Okay, can I just go down there and insta-kill? It's not... Okay, can I stop reloading, please? I don't... Okay, fine, I guess I'll reload. What was I saying? Plot point, yeah, it's a significant plot point. I feel like it should still be important, you know? And, or at least that's what got me in this thinking about it. I don't know where my train of thoughts are going. I am so sorry. Warehouse break, this is... I do plan to actually make, like, a proper video that's, like, scripted and thought out and, you know, discussing all of this. Cover my back, one of you has a ray gun, just basically shoot at my feet. But I do plan to eventually make like a good, proper video. Oh my god, the Shiva's so bad in high rounds. But like, I plan to make a proper video. Right now, I'm just kind of discussing. Don't grab that maxi, don't grab that maxi. What did I just say, even though I'm not in voice chat? But come on, you don't grab a maxi when somebody's down. Like, why would you ever do that? That means now they don't get that max ammo. What if that was the person with monkeys? Considering how many monkeys throw them while they were down, I'm assuming they were the one with monkeys. Okay. I'm gonna have to work for this. Okay, you got him, you got him? I thought Widow's mine. Fine. I still don't feel like you have a rig and you should really take that out for something. Are you? What? Oh, okay. Yeah, Mr. Reagan's one's gone on that release. What was I saying? Okay, I feel like I've talked too much about how it was a significant plot point, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure I got that point across at this, you know, by now. But, you know, so that's what got me thinking about it, and you know, that's what led me thinking about Monty, and then it was, whose video was it? I want to say it was Johnny J's video, but I'm not sure, so I'm like, I'm gonna quickly look it up, because I really don't want to make a mistake here. Okay, yes it was, Okay, it was one of his recent videos. The one mistake yes, definitely. No, the one mistake that destroyed an entire universe. Speak clearly, David. And it brought back to my attention some things I had kind of forgotten, like, hold on. Sorry about that. My throat got kind of dry there, so I drank some water. But you know, like, one thing I didn't remember was about Mr. Raft being the Shadow Man and all that. But some things I have forgotten were like, about, was more specifically about, I guess technically still along with that same thing. It was about double points. The reporter and the summoning key, you know. One about the reporter getting the letter from Monty, not to give anybody the summoning key. That was the first thing I remembered. There's a drop right over there. Yeah, thank you. That was the first thing I remembered. Run a small circle. Okay, never mind. You guys moved faster than I thought he would. Thank you for getting that nuke. I need to get mine. I'm gonna fight you, mate. You have a Galil and the thing of Reagan Mark 2. Why would you trade it for the Brecky? What are you doing? Like, I'm, well, actually, who knows, maybe he's camera grinding too. Anyways, what was I saying? You know, but, I mentioned Leo already for Monty. And then the other thing I forgot about was, Rick Hoffman killing the reporter in self-defense trying to get the summoning key, you know? And, so both those things struck me as kind of odd. Okay? Firstly, I guess first let's touch on the Rick Hoffman and the reporter thing, okay? So, if we assume, which to be fair, I haven't done as much research as I am planning to do, so if I get some things wrong here, like, I've been saying that Monty and Rick Hoffman were, like, working together with the same plan. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. I'm just sworn I heard that throughout the games, but if I'm mistaken, sorry, I'm mistaken, you know? But, anyways, so, I'm dead? Now you're dead. So if, where was I? Okay, so assuming Monty and Rick Hoffman to be working together, why would, or, I guess secondly I do have to click on the layer first, huh? Well, I'll touch it on layer in its entirety in a bit. The thing I was thinking was, okay, so the reporter wasn't giving Rick Hoffman the summoning key because of a letter Monty had sent him, right? So that's the first thing that struck me kind of as odd. Like, if they're working together, yes, I get Monty said don't give the summoning key to anybody, but wouldn't he, like, include some way for Rick Hoffman to be able to get it? You know, that first thing struck me as very odd. You know? Die. There we go. Okay, that guy's down. I got you. That should have finished reloading first, but... You know, that was the first thing that struck me as odd. You know? Like, wouldn't... Because if they're working together, why would Monty make it harder for Rick Hoffman to get the item that they both need for their exactly the same plan, you know? That was the very first thing that struck me as odd. Can you die? Thank you. The second thing... Oh, yeah, basically. So, like, when I thought about that, I was like, so he killed the reporter because the reporter wouldn't give him the summoning key. The reporter wouldn't give him the summoning key because of Monty. But he's supposedly working together with Monty. Him referring to Rick Hoffman. You know. Which means that Monty made Rick Hoffman's job that was given to him by Monty, in theory, a lot more difficult. Which doesn't really line up. You know, it doesn't make sense that you would make your ally's job more difficult. Normally you would be wanting to help him out and make his job easier, you know? so that was the first thing that struck me as odd. Okay, and the second thing that struck me as odd was, and I had seen this brought up in a couple of videos talking about how, or not in videos, in like Reddit posts, theorizing that, you know, while Monty didn't know the Shadow Man was in the summoning key, Rick often did. But basically, it got me thinking. Okay, hold on, my throat, like kind of, I don't know what it's tried to do there. That was very painful. Well, not that painful, but it was like very annoying and a bit frightening. That felt super weird. But the point I'm trying to make is, or the point I was about to try to make before I stopped talking, was that you better pick up that XM53 and just read the screen. Okay, well, I got monkeys. That's not what I wanted in the slightest. They're helpful, don't get me wrong, but not what I wanted. I grabbed the CUDA at least. Grab the CUDA. Somebody pick me up now. Okay, guy with Reagan, watch door, you pick me up. Simple process. Are you kidding me? You almost had me up. Are you kidding me? There's a monkey out. Pick somebody up. What are you doing, man? Oh my god. Pick me up. I'm about to bleed out. Thank you, thank you. Oh my god. What is this guy doing? They threw a monkey and you couldn't pick anybody up? Really? That's the entire point of a monkey. The zombies were distracted. Okay. Anyways, what was I saying? The layer. Okay. So Monty sent a letter to the reporter, and that kind of threw me off a bit. Mainly because, for some reason, I never heard of that happening. But also because, you know, if Monty sent a... Okay, if Monty sent a letter to the reporter, then Monty knew the summoning key was in Morgue City, okay? Which seems to make, you know, okay, so far nothing odd there. However, what struck me as odd was, okay, if Monty knew the summoning key was in Morgue City, he would have been able to kind of keep track of what was going on in Morgue City. Need some more water. And figure out that the, kind of like yellow for this one, and figure out that the Shadow Man was, you know, there basically there, but like, you know, he would have been able to be like, okay, another plug on, quite nice. He would be able to figure out like, okay, the summoning key is in Morgue City. Okay, for a second there I thought I pressed the wrong button. And I just sent a letter telling this reporter not to give it to anybody, you know. Even though, in my opinion, that, I already basically said what I think about that. Why am I using ingredients? One. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there a bit. I'm just saying my Gobblegum kit for Easter eggs. Okay, I need to set my too hot. Oh my god. I don't know what's going on with it. This is the wrong Gobblegum pack. Yay. No. Oh, I just copied over ingredients. I have a keyboard actually. What am I even doing? Anyways, letter, right? I'm pretty sure I'm on the letter, yeah. So that would mean, so he knows where the summoning key is, right? Ingredients. So he knows where the summoning key is. He warned this reporter not to give it to anybody, right? And then this reporter dies. You know, by a Richtofen, which I'm assuming Monty would know about, considering the whole... I'm gonna have to reset this song. It doesn't really matter what I put here as long as they're classics. The point is that he would know when the reporter died, if not just because Richtofen would let him know, I'm assuming. I'm going to get rid of this one in favor of probably Power Vacuum. Let's be real here. Power Vacuum is so OP. I swear that I was so OP. Me and two friends when into knocked, we were playing pretty badly. Two of us didn't have any perks. I was the only one with perks. And I had you so funny, so I had 8 sure, but I was the only one with perks. And Power Vacuum was like keeping us alive so hard. We ended on round 30 something. We could have gone further, but like I wanted to close apps before I lost my Gobblegums, and so did they. You know, but yeah. Anyways, where was I? Letter. I'm gonna be ending the stream soon, by the way. I'm just gonna finish off this point kind of, because I have a few things to do. I'll probably be streaming again with not as much story discussion later. Probably still a bit. The point is, so he would figure out the reporter was dead, but, you know, if I find out that this reporter who's essentially protecting the most valuable and powerful artifact in not just this but any other universe, I would, and he died, I'd assume I'd want to keep my eye on that, you know, extremely powerful artifact to make sure it doesn't, you know, get taken by the Shadow Man. Meaning Monty would want to watch the Mold City universe, see when stuff starts to go awry, and, you know, that would lead them to be watching that universe while the Shadow Man is, you know, acting and eventually getting stuck in the stupid summoning key. You know? That's kind of how it strikes me. It's like, it seems kind of odd that Monty would know the summoning key is there, and then once the summoning key is kind of put into free fall, so to speak, you know, once the reporter's killed, he just wouldn't watch that universe. And if we assume he would watch that universe, first off, that makes canonical sense as to why the Gobblegum machines are there. Like, yeah, it's a gameplay mechanic and whatnot. But then they would also make canonical sense, you know? It's like, oh yeah, Monty was watching the universe. He was using his nudges to help out there too, for whatever reason. I should really change this so I don't accidentally bring that one in. But that would, what I think, canonical sense. And it would also mean he knew the Shadow Man was in the summoning key, you know? And another thing that kind of got me thinking further about this, something I kind of ignored for a bit, but it's the theory that the reason Richtofen was able to get the summoning key as soon as the Easter egg ended is because he was watching what was going on in Mold City and jumped in at that time. Now, while yes, that does make some sense, that was the theory also why he would know the Shadow Man was in the summoning key. I also saw somebody say it could have just been the Chronicles basically telling him, and that also makes sense, you know. And I do have some thoughts about the Chronicles. So it says, I honestly don't think we can put too much, you know, I want to say faith in the Zombies timeline, because, well, yes, it's the Zombies timeline released by players. You have to remember, it's released like in an in-universe way as opposed to the Chronicles. And Blundell's already said the Chronicles changes depending on who's reading it. And we don't know who or what made the Chronicles. So, real, like, I've heard a lot of people discussing the Chronicles like it's this concrete thing, but once again, odds are something or somebody made this thing, meaning they could have made it in a way to influence people to a certain side. Like I think it was on the most recent Zombos podcast, they were talking about, I don't know if it was the most recent one, but I'm pretty sure it was on one of them. They were talking about if the Kanoya might be biased, and and thinking like, well, once again, we don't know who made it. Somebody or something, whoever made it, could have made it in a way to be biased towards a certain side, or to kind of influence people in a certain way to go to fulfill whatever they want to happen. They referring to whoever or whatever made it. And that's something I'm going to go into probably next stream, considering I want to end this one off because I have some stuff to do and I really need to go to the bathroom. But yeah. So, I'll be streaming again in probably like an hour or two, depending how long it takes me to finish up. I don't have too much stuff to do unless my mom gets home right now, because we do need to call my financial aid officer. I'm finished finalizing that. We're running out of time for that. Anyways, my name has been WonderV29. If you even bothered to watch this far into the stream, thanks. I wasn't making that much sense. Sorry about that. I only got 5 hours of sleep. I slept from 10 to 2 or 10 to 3 rather. But yeah, my name is WonderV29 and I am out. Peace.